Hello. Oh, I think I have to unmute. Hello?
Okay, there we go.
All right. Looks like Bill's coming in. Yep, he's there. Okay.
I see trees. Look at you all fancy with the headset and stuff.
Well, this is my life. I do this a lot. I did move into my room though, because with all of this, I'm out in the living room. Just makes it easier with the little boy. But I moved in here so that Randy's got it. Randy can deal with him right now. So hopefully he won't come in here.
Well, if you see a cat jump across the screen, it's because there's Bill.
There's Bill. Hey, how's it going? Can you guys see the agenda?
Absolutely.
Is that all you see? I think I can do a split screen.
Well, I have you guys, all three of you here on the side.
Okay. There's, I think Deb DeLator's coming in. And I probably...
Deb, did you put that agenda up on the screen?
I did, yeah.
But now, if you want to put stuff up on the screen, you got to do it from your position, or?
Yeah, I can give you access if you want to put something on there.
I just was wondering. I didn't know how they did it.
Well, I'm the admin, so I have to kind of give you control. So if you want to, but I have your reports here.
Okay, well that was what the real question was.
Okay.
Deb, is how do you bring them up?
Yep, I've got them queued up. So when it's your turn, I can, if you bear with me, I'll try to pull them up. So let's see.
Is it difficult to do that?
Well, this is the first time I've hosted. I've been doing a lot of these Zoom meetings, but I'm usually just a participant. So I know what can be done. I'm kind of learning how to do it. You guys are my guinea pig tonight.
It's not hard to do it. I did it the other night when we did the truck committee meeting.
Yeah. Because
Frank had to attend via Zoom. So it's not hard. I mean, like I have all my like the Chiefs report and stuff like that all queued up.
Hi, Linda. I think
there's Linda. Hey, who's that short guy walk behind you?
Well, we have 4, so we have a quorum. Or no, I'm sorry, we need one more. We need one. I'm counting the chief as a member. We need one more, and then we have a quorum.
I'm ex officio.
And we have auxiliary, so. So what more do we need?
Hey, it's a party now.
Right. Do I may have to unmute you. Can you talk now, Linda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I might have set it on mute everybody coming in just because we don't know who, anybody can come in. So I think I have everybody automatically coming in.
This is the first I've used it. I've never used Zoom.
Yeah. Have you done any of the other ones? Yeah. We're all learning a new world.
Yeah, I guess.
Once you get going, it's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah.
First, I had it on when I tested the video. I had it on there and was waiting for everybody to pop on. And then I thought, oh, I got to join them.
Yeah.
Hey, Deb.
Yeah.
Tim Forker would like to come into the meeting as observer. He's actually got.
It's a
Can
public
call in.
meeting.
I think he's there. I'm not sure. I can't see.
Oh,
I don't see him.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm not doing my job here. Hang on. I got 2 more to admin.
There's Rob.
There
Wake
they
up.
are.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Sorry, I'm busy yak, and I needed to allow you. All right, and I gotta unmute them. And unmute.
I got you now.
There we go.
Yeah, it's not fair to sleep in the meeting, man.
Hey,
And
I just took dinner out of the oven.
What are we having?
Just brats and tater tots.
Oh, gourmet.
Yeah, and 0 carb water.
Are we going to say the pledge?
I actually have a YouTube if I can get it to pull up. So I'm gonna try to do a Pledge of Allegiance. So I left it on the agenda. I thought, well, I'll give it a try.
Well, if there's any way you're so smart with computers that you can record the session, that would be awesome.
I am recording it. So.
Oh, all right. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how.
Izzy?
Then I'll turn off my little microphone.
So we have a quorum, so we can, do we want to give a couple minutes to see if, I'm assuming Jim's not coming, but Ken I think was coming.
There's Izzy.
Hi, Izzy.
Hey there.
Hi there, hey, Linda, Mike, Chief, Linda, hey, Rob.
Hey, what's
Hello.
up?
So Izzy's a pro at this. He's been doing these.
This is all new for me.
Excuse me.
Now, we let the clerk do all that stuff. I just latch on.
That's what I told her. I said, this is my first hosting one, so bear with me.
And get rid of my keyboard.
Well, it's 7:02. Do we wait a little while for Ken or just start? What's everybody think?
I
Go
think
ahead, Bill.
just start.
Okay, we'll see if he comes in. So 7:02, call to order. And I do have, let me see if I can get it back here. And I can put the agenda on here. You guys kind of tell me which you would rather do.
It looked good to me.
Is that okay? Okay. Just leave it out
Nope.
there like that. Okay.
Yeah, what you emailed everybody, that and Bill's treasurer's report, everything looked good.
Okay.
The minutes, all that.
Okay, so I do have a Pledge of Allegiance. Let's see if I can cue it up here.
Oh, cool.
Oh, John Wayne.
All right. It's the Duke.
Can you see it?
Had
Yeah.
a
No.
whiskey glass.
Now, whether it's going to play or not, it will play on mine. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay, first bug.
Did you guys hear that?
Nope.
No, I don't hear it at
Didn't
all.
hear any of it. Okay.
Oh, well, we'll just pretend.
Okay. It was pretty awesome. All right, let's do. I'll email it to all of you.
Okay.
Okay, so where am I? Go back to this. Okay, so then approve the agenda.
So moved.
So moved. Moved
Yep.
by who?
Rob.
Moved by Rob.
Who made the motion?
I made a few
Rob.
motions to approve the agenda.
Okay, who second?
Jim?
I'll second.
I just couldn't tell.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. The next one is the minutes, and I think you guys all got a copy of the minutes.
Well, on the, Deb, on the agenda,
Yeah,
we need to add, to approve signing of the engagement letter, audit engagement letter.
okay, can we do that in your treasurer's
It's
section?
up to, well, you're the, whatever you want to do it. I didn't know if you wanted to do it under new business or under the treasurer's report, but okay, I'm all set.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Then we don't have to make a new motion, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, minutes.
Minutes look good to me. I make the motion to accept the minutes as written.
A second?
Okay, motion by Rob, second by Bill. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. Any public comments? Everybody's quiet. Okay. I don't have any correspondence. Anybody else have any correspondence?
I have one correspondence for the board's approval.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, this is a letter from Lieutenant Timothy D. Forker. It is with great pleasure and sadness I am writing this formal letter of resignation of my position with the North Berrien Fire Rescue as a lieutenant. I have accepted a full-time position as a firefighter paramedic with South Haven Area Emergency Services. With acceptance, this job comes with a residency requirement. The requirement will require me to relocate and put me outside the area to remain a member of North Berrien Fire Rescue. My official start date with Shays will be May 25th, 2020. I would like to remain a member until that date. It is truly a bittersweet moment for me to be writing this letter. North Berrien Fire Rescue has been home to me for what would be 10 years this August. I would like to thank each and every member of this department. NBFR has truly helped shape me not only into the firefighter, but also the person I am today. I'm extremely grateful to have been part of this family and will truly miss each and every member. Thank you for your continued guidance and support throughout this transition with my future endeavors. Signed, Timothy D. Forker, Jr. And it is with great sadness and joy that I do accept that.
And I'll need a copy of that letter, Mike.
You betcha.
Good for him. Good things will come. He definitely will stay busy up there.
Oh boy.
Good luck,
Good for
Mike.
him.
Good luck, Tim.
And Tim, you're on here, right? Is he still on here?
Correct, I am on here.
Yeah,
Good for you, my man.
yeah.
Good luck.
We're
Thank you,
gonna miss
everybody.
ya.
I want to say thank you to you guys as the fire board. You guys have been there through my time at North Berrien Fire Rescue, and you guys have made it what it has been as well. So I want to thank all you guys for accepting me almost 10 years ago and keeping me there for 10 years and everything that you guys have done. And thank you for all the congratulations that came as Chief read that letter.
Wish you the best, my man. You're going to be working for a new fire chief too, and I expect nothing but great things from him as well too. He's a stand-up good guy.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. And yeah, I've been dealing with him throughout my process of getting hired there.
Good.
He's a great guy to talk to and be around. He's learning everything he can from Chief Wise right now. So thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
Great opportunity for you, but we're gonna miss you.
Thanks, Deb. I'm going to miss everyone there too.
On to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Life's bringing to you, buddy.
He's already seen me cry over it. So
I think
Thank you,
Randy
guys.
cried too.
You're welcome, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any more correspondence?
no, ma'am, that was the last one.
Okay.
Or the only one.
Special guests, I guess Tim we would call a special guest, and Izzy DiMaggio, our supervisor. And we also have our auxiliary representative, Deb, on here. So we're all special guests, I guess. Okay, treasurer's report.
Okay, during the, I summarized the April activity. I was able to get it done before the meeting. We had deposits of roughly 27,000, checks, ACH, debit card payments of 19,000, leaving us a bank balance of 265,689.64. We have general ledger balance at April 30th at 259,612.24. Honor Credit Union balance of 51,403.95. I think that's a March 31st balance. We have a credit on our books for accounts receivable of $185.95. I think the city of Coloma has overpaid one of the invoices.
Yeah.
And we have accounts payable and accrued miscellaneous payables of $60,703.36, which includes $54,213.98 for extraction equipment, which will come up later in the meeting. As I indicated, I need approval. Actually, need board approval for board members to sign the 2020 audit engagement letter. You have a copy that I emailed earlier. The cost is not to exceed $4,000. We think that's a little high, but
Did we approve that at last meeting? Well, did we approve that at last meeting?
I thought we did too.
Yeah, because I think somebody made the comment that it was a little high because how much is Hager paying for theirs? $6,000?
$6,000 on a 3-year contract. I'm anticipating.
This is only 1 year, isn't it?
This is a 1 year, and
I
the
understand.
recommendation that I think Izzy made to me was to go for a 1 year, and then after this year, put it out for a 3-year contract, and hopefully we can get it down.
Gotcha.
That was
Yeah,
my,
and I thought we approved that last.
in the minutes, I think.
I do remember you talking about it, but I can't remember.
And I'm not
if we
seeing it on
approved
the minutes, so yeah, I'm not seeing it.
It's either in the minutes or not. I think we talked about what I wanted, or what I suggested to do, but I don't think the board took an action on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's possible.
Okay, I need a motion to approve you entering into a engagement letter with
Gamebridge,
Gaybridge for no greater than
set 4,000.
4,000. Okay.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Rob, supported by Linda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
You will see an attachment that I sent on my email on the March 31st bank statement from Honor Credit Union. Our CD rate, the anniversary came up, our CD rate dropped from 2.75% annual to 0.3% annual.
Wow.
So it's about 110. I think it's about $110 a month difference.
Wow.
How can we improve that? Go to somebody else or pull it out and redo it?
The only thing that, you might suggest that we shop it for different different rates. This is a 1-year rate that we had. And Deb, you were involved originally with that. I don't know if you have any suggestions.
Well, we did shop around, and that was the cheapest rate at the time. So,
Yeah.
and that's a municipal, they gave us a municipal rate, so, but if
I think-
it's,
I think that's a reflection of the federal rate, which has almost dropped a negative, the federal funds rate.
yeah,
And I think, then, you know, it dropped corresponding to that. But it's-
I mean, if you want to look into it, I guess, I mean, I don't know if we even need to give you approval to look into it and do some shopping
Well,
around.
At this point, I think the only thing we can do is look into it. I have no alternative
Yeah.
suggestion.
Right.
Yeah, it seems like they were significantly a better rate at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes.
I'd like to see another 50,000 stuck into it, but until we find a better rate, you know, I think we can just hold on.
Yeah, why bother if we're not getting that much on our,
Right.
Rob, what did you recommend?
I said I would like to see another 50 grand stuck into that fund, but you know, with the rates being so low, we should probably wait on that move. You know, instead of locking 100,000 at 0.3% compared to 2.5%. So, yeah, I think we should wait on adding the other 50 grand to that.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now.
But I do think that you should, you know, like Deb said, you know, shop around, see what everybody else has to offer though for this and 51 grand that we have in there already.
One thing I wanted to point out is that the extraction tools were going to be financed out of unrestricted equity. So that's going to, with that purchase, it's going to drop our effective cash balance by about $50,000 on the average now.
Yep.
The extraction tools were not part of the municipal partner agreement.
Correct.
Okay.
and we voted on that already, correct?
Correct.
Oh, we voted on it, yeah.
Yeah, it was implemented as part of this year's budget.
Yeah. There's probably just a purchase order or something that just needs to be signed and then cut a check and pay for it.
So, and then the last thing is that I've noticed a couple of bills coming through. I didn't catch it before, where we're paying sales tax, use tax, Michigan use tax. So I'm going to file for exemptions on those, try to go back. Probably Michigan isn't very happy at this point to go retro, but we'll try to do the best we can on recovering the sales tax we paid.
Sure.
Okay.
That's it.
I saw on one of the sheets, bill for Broadwater for the brake job, had 0 on there. Has that been paid for?
Well, I paid for it with the card.
Okay. I still, is that 0? Is that like a balance of what's left or what was paid? Because it says 0 right now.
I'm not sure where you're seeing that at. Is it in Bill's report?
Yeah, it's in treasurer's report.
Okay.
It's under Broadwater, so.
Yeah, that was turned in as part of the debit card report as well.
Okay. So
695 total for the brake job.
yeah.
I also wanted to point out that if you look at the cash report that I issued, you're going to see quite a few transactions are now being automatically paid through ACH versus issuing checks. We anticipated this, but the biggest check that we issued this last month was to Lupia and Rice for general insurance, $4,600. Yeah, the Broadwater the Broadwater bill for the brakes is going to come through in,
Oh, that's right.
The next one?
Yeah, in May.
Okay. All right, not a problem. Yes, I just saw it on the previous sheet. It said 0. I'm like, no, there it is. So, okay, so it'll show up next month. Sweet, thank you.
yeah, it was an April 30th transaction and a debit did not come through in April. So
Gotcha,
okay.
gotcha. I'm following you. Anything else?
No, I'm waiting
I'm
for
good.
I'll
any
make a
comments.
If nobody has any comments or questions, I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
And this is for April. Yep, April. Okay. Moved by Rob. Do we have a support?
I'll support it.
Okay, support by Linda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Linda. Okay, Chiefs report.
Okay, Chief's report, responses for the month of April. Something that's never happened in my almost 3 years of working here. No calls occurred in Hager Township.
Yay!
We had a total of 5 calls in Coloma City and 7 calls in Coloma Township for a total of the month of 12. So 12 calls total for the month of April.
Gotcha.
Okay.
The new engine. Deb, would you like me to move this down to the bottom of my report, carry into the business portion of how you got the meeting?
I have it at the bottom. The bids.
Right. We'll talk about that at the end of my report. We'll lead right into that.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
The roof repair of Station 1 has been completed at a cost of $1,500 even. The iPad.
We approved that last month.
Correct.
Yep.
The repair cost of all that, it was been completed. And Mr. Forker Sr., I also asked him to take a look at the roof and give us an estimated lifespan on the existing roof. He said that roof is good for at least another 5 years.
Good.
All right, the iPad in 4122 has died, and there's no fixing it. So I'd like permission to purchase a new iPad from our wireless carrier, Verizon, at a cost of $849. Unfortunately, it's an iPad version 4. They don't even support it anymore.
Yeah. That's the price of them.
And it's actually less because I priced them out to just buy one on our own. It's $1,200 on our own.
Yeah. This is for 4122. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. All right. The Coloma Masons made us a donation of $500 over the Easter holiday. I forgot to bring it up last month, but I'm bringing it up this month. I would like to earmark those funds to complete the outfitting of our river boat. Some of the items that I would like to purchase for that include 2 more throw rope bags, some water rescue knives, and these are knives that have blunt tips so you can't puncture a flotation device and stuff like that we would put on the life jackets, and a case of glow sticks that we would use on the rope bags. All of our rope bag carriers have a slot to put a glow stick in, so if you're out there at night, you can see where you're flinging the bag. And 10 carabiners, which will help us do some rigging for getting people off the water and stuff like that. Our new extrication tools have arrived and will be put in service as soon as we can hold a training session to familiarize the personnel with their operation. If you look at the purchase order, it is slightly more than we had originally discussed, and that amount equates to the shipping cost. We were originally going to go pick them up ourselves and avoid the shipping cost, but because of COVID-19, they shipped them to us. So
How much was the difference?
I want to say like $200 and some.
Okay.
And then May events, May 25th, 2020 is Memorial Day. The office will be closed at that time. A question for Linda. Linda, are you aware, is the dedication for the Vietnam Memorial in town going to be held this month?
No, I think they just went ahead and canceled everything.
Okay, because I
The
know
whole
we were.
summer
Well, just for that parade,
for the
that
parade,
May
yeah.
9th parade.
Yeah, because we were asked to help with the parade and stuff like that and have the truck, have the 2 aerial devices from Benton Township and Waterville Elite with the flag. So I just wanted to make sure.
We haven't had a meeting in weeks, so.
Okay,
The last I would talk to Bill or to Julie and Fred, they were gonna cancel. It was supposed to be canceled.
okay. If something changes, all they have to do is holler and let me know.
Okay.
Okay, last
I'll
thing.
check on it then.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Last thing for me would be the new engine. The truck committee has completed its technical review of the 4 bids received. Based on our findings, we're recommending that we enter into a purchase contract with municipal approval from KME. We received 4 bids, the lowest being from Alexis at $667,000. KME was the next highest, which came in at $741,570. Then Rosenbauer, and last it was Spartan Smeal. Tim was part of the truck committee that went through these bids with us, and it came down to, after going through these and reviewing the specs that were provided by the manufacturers, we narrowed it down to between Rosenbauer and KME. We split on the vote as to which truck. Both trucks would have done us very well. It kind of came back to me as the tiebreaker, and I went with KME as the lower of the 2 bids. The Alexis truck, the $80,000 difference this was kind of what was amazing. Alexis came in with what was supposed to be the same truck, $80,000 cheaper. When you delved into the bid, you figured out why it was $80,000 cheaper. They changed our specifications. We asked for 29-inch deep compartments. They would only provide 25-inch deep compartments. That equated to 22 cubic feet of storage space gone from the other manufacturers. We specified Elkhart valves for the pump. They changed us to Akron valves. I've had a lot of bad experiences with Akron valves as far as getting parts. 4123, when we had all that pump work done, that's why it took as long as it did, because he had a hard time getting parts for the Akron valves that are on that pump. Another major thing was, in our specifications, we asked for a single source manufacturer. Alexis is not a single source manufacturer. They use a Spartan chassis, and Alexis builds the box. The reason we were asking for a single source manufacturer is, once the warranty period ends, you have a problem with the chassis, the vendor who sold us the truck, a lot of more times than not, will go, well, that's a Spartan issue, you got to go talk to Spartan. Whereas a single source manufacturer, it's a KME, Rosenbauer, they built the truck from the ground up. So you go to one vendor for any issues with the truck. And I'll let Tim elaborate, because Tim kind of went through that bid and really took a good look at it. I took a really good look at it as well. But Tim's here, and he'd like to make a few comments as well as what we found on that bid.
As far as the Alexis bid goes, on top of what Chief has already spoken on, I noticed that they do not have any integrity in the bid at all. As Chief said, we specified the 29-inch deep cabinets, a single source manufacturer, and all of that stuff. And Alexa's fire apparatus in their bid packet, they have a exceptions section. If the manufacturer is not able to meet the specific specification that we laid out, they are allowed to make their exceptions in that exceptions portion. So they gave us all of those exceptions that Chief laid out, and then when they went through the customer specification sheet, there's a checkbox for yes and no, whether they will provide that specific thing or not. And everything that they said that they were going to change in their exceptions portion, they checked the yes box that they were going to provide us with that, such as the 29-inch deep cabinets. The other thing is they gave no explanation on why they were changing things. As far as the 29-inch deep cabinets go, they told us 25 and gave us no reasoning. Well, if you look at the Smeal bid, which is a Spartan chassis as well, they say they gave an explanation why the Smeal cannot have the 29-inch deep cabinets, and that's because the Spartan chassis needs the 3 additional inches of space. So the point being is Alexis is taking away 1 inch off of that doesn't need to be taken off for any specific reason. I was approached by a salesman from Allied Fire Sales, who is the vendor that put that Alexis fire apparatus bid in, and was told that they really want to sell us this truck. So they priced the truck at $80,000 less than the other 3 bids came in at to try to sell us this truck. And then they cut corners on our bids and then blatantly lied in the specifications packet. So that would be the reasoning why that's at the bottom of the list. Chief, can you remind me if I'm forgetting anything?
Well, there were a couple other things that they changed. We specified within our specifications a 24-inch walkway on top mount pump panel. They narrowed it down to 22. We specified 200 feet of cord on our cord reels. They knocked us down to 150 with no explanation as to why they did that. So, and I have made several phone calls to other departments that have recently purchased Alexis trucks. Those are up toward the northwest portion of the state in the Muskegon area. And both departments that I talked to are sorry they bought the truck because the build quality was not there. As well as any warranty work that we would have to have done, the truck would have to go back to Alexis, which is in lower Illinois, approximately 300 plus miles away.
It was my understanding that the cab was smaller too than what you specified, or
Yes. Yes.
Was the engine, powertrain, and the pumps, did they meet spec or?
Yes, all four manufacturers were using the same exact engine, transmission, and pump combination. A Cummins i9 diesel motor with a Allison EDS 3000 transmission. The differences came in as to like the front axle, whether they used a SteerTech, a Hendrickson SteerTech, or a different manufacturer, which if they would have put that in the exceptions sheet and been truthful within the exceptions sheet, we probably would be looking at it. We're looking at it in a different light.
So I think Alexis, I think we're okay that you're kind of throwing them out because they didn't really follow the spec. So that would leave KME and Rosenbauer, the two closest. Now, I have a question because I wrote down when we opened them the dollar amounts, but then when you sent an email to each of the guys, I had a different number for Rosenbauer. So I had 749,032, and then your email said 734,032. So I just wanted to clarify, because then I was like, well, is that the second cheaper or the third cheaper?
No, the 749 figure is the correct figure. I
Okay.
must have fat finger keyed something there.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. So then, yeah, KME and Rosenbauer is pretty close price wise, and you said those were the two that you guys had kind of narrowed down, and
Yes,
you had a split decision on both of them. Can you? My big question is, because I know KME is the one that helped you guys put the spec together. So obviously they're going to be right on spec because they knew exactly what the spec was. So
right.
So just to help us understand what really is the big difference between KME and Rosenbauer.
In all honesty, the price. We went over and looked at the Rosenbauer apparatus that Berrien Springs purchased. We had some concerns initially with the Rosenbauer truck because the original truck that they specified out came in at 38 feet 4 inches in length.
Longer.
But that's a long truck. So my concern was that, and then when we got digging deeper into the specifications of the truck, we also found that the Rosenbauer truck had an approximately 3 feet greater diameter and turning radius. So how tight can you make a corner with the truck? So its turning radius was 3 feet larger than the KME. The Spartan Smil, which was the highest of all 4 bids, was in that same realm as well. Excuse me.
So
we did talk to, after we looked at the Berrien Springs truck, one of the things that I noticed in the Berrien Springs truck, because the cab was different, it was a smaller cab and it was really cramped. One of our things in this new truck is we want to have a little more room in our cab, in the back of our cab for our personnel. In speaking with the Rosenbauer rep, and then he went through with their engineering staff, and they were actually able to decrease the length of the truck to 36 feet 11 3/8 inches, which, okay, we did decrease the length of the truck, but the turning radius was going to stay the same. So especially where this particular truck is going to be working, the Lake Michigan Beach area, we need a truck that can turn a little tighter to get through some of those roads.
Right.
And with that increased turning radius, it's going to make it a whole lot difficult.
And also our last big truck was Rosenbauer, so you guys probably have your own opinions of it. I'm sure, Tim, do you guys have a opinion on Rosenbauers now?
I have a particular problem with the Rosenbauer truck we have. I know some of the guys do. The only problem I've ever seen out of it is it just randomly decides to regen whenever it feels like it. But that's not that huge of a problem, because if you're going to a scene or on scene and it decides to do that, then it doesn't affect the pump or anything like that. So I know some of our guys do have a problem with the current Rosenbauer. But like Chief said, the thing that sells us on the KME is the price and the turning radius. Those are the only two differences between the specifications for the two trucks that are in question here.
Do you guys have a problem with the turning radius on the one that's over at Station 1?
No, no, it's tight. When you get out, especially you get out there, it's tight, but they're able to maneuver that truck in there. Another thing that kind of helps us with KME, with the choice for KME, was service. Our current service provider, HS Fleet Services, Heath Sealy, is a warranty a KME factory warranty service center. So if we have an issue at any time with this truck, it can go the 20 miles over Lawton and he's on it. Or if need be, he'll come see us.
Okay.
And we already have an established relationship with him because he's been doing our service work on our other apparatus currently.
I will add to that and say that Heath Seeley, we have a KME engine here at Covert Township Fire, and he has come here at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night to fix the truck here at the station. When we first got the truck, he spent 2 different evenings here. One evening going through all the gadgets and gadgets on the dashboard and all the lights and telling us what all that meant and telling us how to operate it and what we needed to do to get certain processes going and what we don't need to touch if this is bad to call him or what have you. And then he spent another evening here teaching everyone how to pump the apparatus. So he is a fantastic guy, and he will take care of us with that KME.
So my understanding is the all intention is to go with the KME. What's it going to break down to per municipality for this truck?
I have not ran those numbers per se as of yet, Rob.
Okay.
I do not have the percentages in front of me. I will do that.
We're within the dollar amount that we told them to budget for, though, correct?
Well,
No.
No, we're not. I didn't.
I did inform as this process went on that this cost was probably going to go up just based on the information that I was getting back as we were doing our specifications. That's why I stopped and went back and we cut the truck back as much as we felt we could.
What was the dollar amount we agreed on?
We were originally looking at approximately 670. Then I got numbers leaning at me more towards 710 to 715.
And what are we up to for the KME now?
741.
Yes, the
Good
KME's
Lord.
the KME's list price is 741.57.
Wow.
Now, I will tell you this, I did get correspondence. This was actually part of the initial bid package. KME and Payette Sales and Services offering for a 100% prepayment discount with the contract, a discount of $22,000. That takes that price down to $719,570. I also received another email from Chris Payette with an additional discounting option where we would place 50% down on the contract, and then for the remaining 50% at completion of the contract, they would deduct 90. Make sure I'm doing the right number. $9,400 would be deducted off the final invoice.
Compared to 20,000?
Compared to 22,000 discount for 100% prepayment.
Still a
100%.
big overage.
Yes. I'm more comfortable with 100% down. I just have to see how much money that Coloma Township has in their fire truck millage fund now.
I will run the numbers. I will run 2 sets of numbers. I will run the numbers on the list price as the percentage breakdown, and then I will also run the numbers on the discount with the $22,000 100% upfront discount price.
So
Yeah, because I think Coloma.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Deb.
So
No, I think Coloma.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
Okay. I think Coloma Township shares what, 40, high 40 something percent, like 48, 47, 49%. Is that?
No, I think you're like at
Is that about right?
42. I think
42?
you're like 42%.
Okay.
Yeah, 42 because I'm pretty sure Hager's at 40.
41%.
All right. 41?
I think so.
Okay.
I just calculated approximately 304,000 for their share
For Hager's.
for Hager.
Izzy, do you remember what you guys budgeted for?
Yeah, well, it was 42%, and no,
Be less than that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the number in front of me. Can I ask a
One
quick
other
question?
thing,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
one other thing to consider too with this, built into that bid price is a $15,000 contingency fund. That is basically meant for anything that may come up that during the build process that we have to change that may cost extra. If we don't spend any of that, we get that back. So that contingency
And that would go
fund,
back,
that would come back to us.
that'd go back to municipalities.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, really, I guess we got two options. We can either go back and ask the municipalities if they will approve a higher price, or we approve this and we pay the difference out of our fund balance, which I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that either.
Yeah.
I think the chief should go to the three municipality, the meetings, or the way the current trend is the Zoom, and I can get with Sandy and have it on the next agenda.
I was
which would be
planning
great.
that. I was
Yeah.
planning that anyways.
And that
Yeah.
way he can explain it as well to the sitting boards.
Yeah, I think before we approve it, we got to find out where they're at.
Yeah, I think what Bill said. What was it? 300 and some change for Hager Township. I wouldn't see Coleman Township being much more than that. So I think they have the money in the fund. I want to say something, and I don't want to come off as part of my French as an ass, but it seems like things just keep going up and up after we approve to purchase things. I think this amount for this truck, don't come back asking for more. You know what I'm saying?
Understand?
Because like I said, I haven't sold it to Hager's board yet about putting this renewing this millage on the ballot yet, and I would like to see it back on there for as capital improvement for future purchases. But if it doesn't fly, then you're looking at maybe $250,000 to go towards your next engine, which would be, I don't know, 5 years down the road-ish. And obviously I won't be on the board then, but who knows what kind of attitude they're going to have in regards to, hey, deal with it, or they're going to find the money. I don't know. I can't speak for them. But I'm just,
so Coloma hasn't decided. Sorry, Coloma hasn't decided on their millage yet on whether they want to put capital expense. I was thinking you guys already approved that.
No.
Oh.
I brought it up several times, and it hasn't been approved to put it on the ballot.
So so you're having a hard time talking them into that, and then by the way, we want to spend more money on the truck. Yeah. I get you.
As long as we have the money in hand for this engine, I just don't want to get it too out of hand, and I don't think it's getting out of hand. I don't want to see it. Oh, how do I say this? I don't want to. I want there to be some money in there for the future purchase of another apparatus as well. You know what I'm saying?
I completely understand what you're saying. And like I said, we went back through, we re-looked at what we had, and just like anything else, we're trying to build this truck to last for 25 years. We've expanded out our vehicle replacement schedule to 25 years.
You don't have to sell it to me, man. I understand. I'm just looking out. It's
No, you're doing your job.
You and I discussed this at great lengths for the past couple of years, so you know where I am and I know where you're at. So
Yep.
but yeah, I think